It's a nice fish, that is.
I think that's the biggest one.
Yeah. Perfect. Do not move that feeder. There he is. There's the mouth.
Oh, go on, go on.
Go for it.
He's got it, he's got it. Wind's up a bit.
I think it's eased off. I think casting should be really easy today.
Oh, yeah, thanks, boys. Yeah, you had it flat, calm like a mill pond, and I've got
That's not how I remember it.
Hurricane Hilda.
Want to see that feeder in front of the camera first time?
I know this venue's a lot of running line fishing for carp, so what methods are we thinking, boys?
The method feed has been around for so long. You know, we've all got our own theories on that and how it works and how it breaks down, but you know, let's see it for real. Let's really see what's happening down there. I'm pretty sure I know after all the testing and development we did, but you know, putting it in a fishing scenario would be really interesting.
That'd be cool, like a method hybrid, bit of a duo, see how they work against each other or together. I think that'd be ace.
Before we arrived at the lake, our project manager Daniel had set the cameras in a position that was optimum for clarity. They were about 30 metres from the bank and just at the bottom of a shelf in around 12 feet of water, off the edge of some lovely looking reeds.
First cast, fishing, joining the reeds and the things.
In testing, we'd found this was the perfect spot and it caught us the most fish. And this theory, when put into practice, rang true as Steve had a great couple of days fishing his beloved hybrid feeder.
Perfect or cold?
Yay! Well done, mate.
Previously on Gurus Underwater, Steve changed the colour of his boilie crush from yellow to orange.
Oh, he's on.
He's in! He's on! He's on! He's on! He's on! He's still eating! You've got him! You've got him!
And instantly caught 2 fish in 2 casts. We also tried a 2-inch hook length.
I think the line could be a bit stiff.
Dyson's back. Get ready, get ready. Go on then, Bobby! Yeah, you've got him.
But it didn't seem to be long enough for effective hookups.
No.
Wow!
That's big, isn't it?
Oh!
So then we upped the feeder weight to 45 gram.
Bigger feeder, more weed.
But again, it didn't quite seem right in these conditions.
Adding goo into the mix, the fish come in the swim so much quicker.
Compete.
Almost
Oh!
spooked each other off, didn't they, them two?
Got him.
Guess who it is? Silver Surfer.
You got there?
Oh, excuse me. Put that back.
I'm just using my initiative. Thinking forward thinking, unlike Ringer.
Doesn't seem very fair to me.
I won't be running up and down here today. I've got my own monitor.
Got my own telly. Oh, great, this.
Got to apologise, folks, if you do hear a bit of blustering and rattling, because we're in this bivet. The wind is battering us, really, and it's going to make life tricky for him down there, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, I've given him a bit of stick with his casting, but he's got a tiny little area to get to cast that feeder into at 30 odd metres. This wind is not going to help him.
No, it's not. What do you think is going to happen? We haven't seen as many fish while we've been setting up this morning. What do you think is going to happen when he shuts in?
We haven't seen as many fish, but I think this is going to go one or two ways. He's going to drop that feeder on the spot and there's going to be a really quick response because there's fish out there looking for food, milling around. Or me and you'll be asleep in about an hour's time, waiting for something to happen.
Be like this on your shoulder.
My gut instinct is conditions are good for fishing, tough for casting, but once he gets that bait on the spot, I think we'll see some action. I think it's a little bit wet.
You heard it?
Yeah. It's a little bit. Oh, there it is.
Right, you're.
Not
Oh, Rune.
Basically, your bait's come off, as in your pellets, but your hook bait's still in it.
Yeah.
You've got a ball of pellets on the bottom with your
I
hook
hit
bait.
the clip so hard because of the wind, I reckon it's come off. I'll reel it in.
I need to mark it up anyway.
But the only thing you'd say is, all right, it's happened, but he still would have got a bite.
Yeah, what?
It's almost fishing pellet cone on a method.
Oh,
that counts, doesn't it? We've got a stalemate.
when you go first.
It's the same every time you play.
Come on.
Getting that feeder on the spot in front of the camera in the optimum position, piece of cake.
Let's play fishing hangman. You ready?
2 words.
Yeah. 2 words. Your clue is match fishing.
A. Good start, Steve. Good start. E.
Waiting? Waiting for what? Rooney to get it on the spot? That were a long wait, wasn't it?
Method feeder.
Yeah!
That's good.
That's good.
That's a chance.
I think that's worked down here.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
We've got that.
Yeah, I've got that. Just starting to break down. Yeah, as you can see the pink wafted just coming up, the cherry on the cake, see it?
Presentation was wicked.
It's just falling off there.
You see a bit more on this screen, boys. Really difficult today with that wind. It's like howling in. You've got to hit your clip so hard that I'm worried you're pulling the bait off, but that one seems to have gone down okay, doesn't it? But
Looks really good.
Lovely presentation, mate, that.
I'm not fishing how I would normally, do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm kicking it in hard to try and get it where it needs to get to. I'm just concerned that that bait isn't going to always be on the feed.
Presentation's broke down, wafter's
Yeah.
on the top,
Honestly, I put the bait on so hard.
but it still broke down, I reckon, within 25, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it?
And
It's different.
It's a different pile of bait to a hybrid,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It should be more spread, I think.
It is.
Yeah, it's like flatter
Definitely.
to the bottom, more spread, and your hook bait should be more prominent. See how my hook bait moves around a lot?
Yeah, it's out the ball a bit
Lighter
more,
hook
isn't
as
it?
well, lighter hook.
What you got on there,
It's
12?
it. Yeah, I've got a 12 on, but I've got a fixed bayonet, so I think the bait moves the hook around a little bit. I feel like mine's a lot lighter, but whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. Soon find out.
I think both will work, to be fair.
Yeah, I think so, but we'll see. When the method feeder hit the bottom, I was so pleased. The presentation, how the bait broke down around the feeder and how the hook bait sat perfectly. The feeder was literally invisible and there was a lovely spread of bait. It was exactly as I envisaged. Yeah, I'm happy with the presentation. Goodbye.
Oh, it's a fish.
Is
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Get ready, Roon. He's coming.
It's coming, it's coming.
Shh. That's supposed to tell him.
He's moving. Here he comes.
He's gonna get it.
He's going to take it. Oh! He picked it up and like dropped it.
What, pick the hook bait up?
Yeah, just a little bit. Like he's coming
Coming
again for
back.
it. He's got it.
Got it.
He's got it. He's got it second time.
Yeah.
Wow, he went for the hook
He
bait.
picked it half up, dropped it, and then when it was away, he come back. For
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That was good. You happy with that?
Worked all right, didn't it?
He had it half in and dropped it and come back.
Yeah, nailed it. That's what the one did yesterday,
Yeah.
didn't it?
I'd be interested to see where he's hooked. He looked to me like he were hooked a little bit in the top, but I'm not sure.
Got good eyesight, you.
It's like he wanted
It'd be
it.
interesting to see.
Yeah.
Amazing how it was so determined to get the hook bait.
Yeah.
Like literally, didn't even really take many pellets.
Tell you what, the method does show you one thing. Catches you bigger fish.
He's a nice one, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he is, yeah.
Matt, come on, get your feet wet. That's a nice fish, that is.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest one at trip.
Yeah.
That's a...
Oh, lovely netting, Matt.
Jesus, Matthew.
He's scissors,
Nailed
isn't
in
he?
the scissors.
Scissors, yeah.
Biggest one yet?
Yeah, probably. What would you say that
I
is?
reckon so, yeah.
£12?
Yeah,
40?
good 12 pound.
Yeah, yeah. Nice fish.
Yeah, he's like top end at scissors though, look at he?
Worked.
It did, to be fair.
He got so excited in there, you
Yeah.
know.
It's the first time I've really got to sort of watch a fish feed on the feeder, and it had like 2 goes at it, which amazed me. It didn't spook off the hook bait. It was actually like, I want that hook bait. Came back, nailed.
Presentation on that method looked amazing.
Yeah, a little bit different from the hybrid yesterday,
Yeah.
wasn't it? But harder to get in the swim today though, with that wind and the conditions, and obviously the method is quite open, so I'm having to hit the clip really hard, and I'm worried I'm going to pull the bait off sometimes. But we'll go with the flow. I'm going to have another go doing exactly the same, just to tick a few more boxes as such, and then we can start playing.
Gorgeous fish, look at these little barbels there.
It's a wicked fish. We need a name for him.
Your first fish, so
Well, he's on the method, so let's call him Fod.
I always imagined that your method or hybrid breaks down and they come in and suck the lot up, your hook bait's in amongst it, they really want the micros, but there just happens to be a wafter in there, and that's how you hook them. But looking at that footage, it wasn't the case at all. It broke down and the hook bait were separate, and the number of times they beeline for that fleck of colour, that wafter, that hook bait, it were crazy. You've seen it now as well. Even the little carp, when they came in, they could easily pick up a free micro pellet, but they didn't. They wanted that colour, that hook bait separate. Strange, but really interesting.
perfect. Perfect. Do not move that feeder.
No, move it! You nudged it a bit
You nudged
then.
it
What
then,
did
yeah.
you do?
Huh?
You just moved it
It's
slightly.
good, mate. It's amazing.
Has it moved?
Yeah, but it just just like wobbled.
Oh yeah, that's taking the clip off. It's really tight on my clip.
Yeah. It's a really tight. It's literally nothing started breaking down yet. A few micros just coming down now. Look, see them.
Yeah, it is. That's nice.
I think that's good. Drag a fish down.
I really like that.
If he gets a take there, it's going to be
Epic.
yes. That's literally like optimum position.
Yeah, it is. What a cast. What a breakdown. It's exactly where you said it needed to be
This
fair.
is like just in front of the clay hole.
Anyone would think you'd been on box yesterday. Right, as a person who loves a hybrid, when you're watching these first 2 feeders, are you thinking, I might need a method in my armoury yet, or?
No, because it's personal. Both feeders work brilliantly. It's a confidence thing, and I'm ultra confident in a hybrid. You know what I mean? I fished with a method for God knows how many years. Caught loads of fish. Hybrid came out, and Adam will tell you, it took me a while to get used to a hybrid, but now I'm like a creature of habit,
Yeah.
and a hybrid for me is just unbeatable. But I know Adam feels the same about a method.
Yeah,
and it is,
you look at that.
exactly. What's wrong with that? I
mean-
wouldn't say, personally, the presentation just a bit more clumped. I wouldn't say it's a massive more bait spread.
No.
There's just perhaps less feeder on view. Sometimes you can see the bowl.
Do you think there looks more bait there?
Yes.
They just look more bait,
Yeah.
don't they? I didn't know if it were me or not.
I've
But
always said if you needed to get more bait in, then a method probably, you can get more bait on a method because Adam might be single skinning, double skinning, triple skinning. What's that?
what is that?
It's not very big, he doesn't want to be catching it.
Baby carp.
Baby carp.
Do, baby carp.
He's feeding though.
Yes. He's cute, isn't he?
Here he comes.
Oh,
oh.
No.
He's just knocked his wafter off. He's eating the pellets though. He's he's trying to get it. It's too big for him.
That's well cool.
he can't get it, he's given up.
Come on, mate.
No, he couldn't given up. Hopefully his mum will come in now.
How cool is that? Yeah. Spread the bait out of it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Even for a tiny fish.
I think that is the difference between method and hybrid though. Like it is starting to spread more now. And I do think you're right in what you say. I've actually measured it before, and like if you like sort of double or triple skin a method, even our small one, there's more bait there than like a large hybrid.
Got you.
Because you can almost keep just adding layer after layer.
So like aggressive fishing,
Yeah.
building a peg, casting regular
Yeah.
to get bait in your peg, a method might be better.
But even in 12 foot, he's got the bait down, and an odd pellet did get knocked off, but I don't think that's providing like 95% hits the deck. The odd pellet dropping off in 12 foot, fish follow it.
I really like
Yeah.
it. Really like it. Interesting, it's blowing today, and there would be a tow on that water, But nothing's
Nothing, no.
happening down there,
No.
is it? There's no like, it's not blowing any pellets away or hook length away.
It'd
or...
be interesting to see if he's getting any actual pickup of his line. So, you know, normally if there's a bit of a
Ask him.
toe. Ads, are you getting any, like, a bend in your tip due to toe or anything?
No, it's sitting pretty steady at the minute.
Maybe it's not.
I had a big liner from that little pounder a minute ago.
Could just be, I think, wind direction, and if it's deep, I think if it was 5 foot deep, it'd be ripping now. See, look, when you look at it here and then look at it on the right-hand screen, looks like the presentation looks a bit different. There's a bit of a gap in the middle. But you, not being funny, you would not be disappointed if that was your presentation of a single cast.
Would you act? You probably couldn't get that presentation on a pole,
No.
even if you were the most accurate person in the world.
Funny how that little one there came in and displaced, and it's had like nibbled his hook bait for 5 seconds.
It had 1 million free micro pellets that it could have eaten.
Yeah, and it went.
Still went
yeah.
for the hook bait. You know something else I noticed?
Here he comes. He's here.
Considering how much movement of water there is, the pellets don't blow away. do
That's
they?
really surprised me. As his tail just gone off the screen. That's really surprised me because I envisaged like that waft of the tail then would have sent them off the screen, but it hasn't. I don't know if that's a depth thing. Oh, Litland's trying to eat the wafter.
Oh, get away.
Get away. But oh,
Here we
Here we
go.
go.
here comes Mum. Just turned away again. It's weird how they approach, whether you saw this yesterday more, they get to like, oh, another one. They
You
get
almost
to,
get closer and closer.
yeah,
and
like
closer.
8 inches, 10 inches back, and they turn. Whereas you think they'd see that big pile and come, it's just like they're gaining confidence.
Yeah.
Steve sits on the box, only big carp swimming around in his swim. I sit on the box, plagued with little tiny carp. Typical.
Isn't it amazing how they
No, go away! Leave my
I
mate alone,
I love it if he
mate.
hooks that.
Jeez, this is not...
Isn't it amazing how they go for that hook bait and they're not interested in all them free micros?
Oh, I think something big's come in, see him move. That's the one thing I don't get, why they're attacking the,
I think it's just inquisitiveness.
but why they're not eating the micros.
They're probably not even hungry. I just think they're just fun and games for them sometimes, honestly.
There's definitely fish in this swim now because it's proper colouring up again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he's a bit bigger.
I thought he got it. Oh,
Whoa.
he mugged you, mugged Moon off.
Got an hook on there.
Too big for them stupid things.
I thought you said method was for big fish.
It is, you wait and see. No, no, no,
Eat
go
it.
away!
Eat it.
Why do they beeline for that?
He turned into a bit of a little kid in the tent, Steve. Like, he really wanted room to catch one of them little tiddly carp. Kept going on about it. I hope he gets a little carp.
Oh, something's coming.
Yeah, he's there in the
Oh, you
right
see the
hand
shadow
corner.
at the back?
Yeah. Come on, Litland, let's get back in. Can you see the method really?
Here he
Not
comes.
really. Can you?
That's the biggest thing so far for me is...
Oh, he's back.
Oh,
He's got. Oh, he's muggy. Oh. Come on, get the hook in your mouth.
No, Stephen.
I want you to catch a little
They're
one.
literally, they're proper wiping out of mouth.
Where were these yesterday, Stephen
Right,
Ringer?
hybrid. Oh,
Oh, here's the big boy coming in.
Where's
for
the
a
waft-
snack.
where's the waft?
Nemo.
Where's the wafter gone?
They pulled your wafter up.
Yeah, wafting it, yeah.
Can't see.
I can't see the wafter at all now. I reckon they've eaten it and stole it.
Off the bayonet.
Possibly. No, there it is.
They kicked it from the other side of the pile, yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's. Oh, there you go. You're in.
But you got your hook bait.
He's got you.
There we
Yes.
go.
Oh,
Look at all them. Look at all them
Yeah.
micros
Now it's kicked him up. Now it's kicked him up.
That were good, but again, beeline for the hook
Yes.
bait.
It's not. But obviously, I didn't see yesterday. But the method's not working quite like. It's not as. Your hook bait doesn't have to be that close.
No.
That's the one thing I'm learning massively.
You could leave it dangling out.
Yeah. Well, it seems
Try
like you
it
could.
once. You've got to try
Yeah, we could
it.
try it. Yeah.
Like a rock hard method ball and hook bait just
Yeah.
dangling.
Because again, that fish came in. The big fish, obviously the little fish ate some micros. The big fish came in and ate the hook bait.
Yeah.
It didn't eat any micros again. Literally going straight for the hook bait. No interest in anything else. But equally, the hook bait wasn't really in the loose feed then either.
No. Do you think we need to be trying a different hook bait colour?
Yes, I think next
Yeah,
jerk,
yeah. Because
we're going to make him take pink off.
2 days that
Yeah.
pink's been so blaringly obvious, and I think that we can get caught up in enjoying the fishing too much.
He's getting them out a lot quicker than me.
Yeah.
He's not enjoying the fight.
No. You
I enjoy it when they plough for those rushes.
I like it how you let them go on a little swim.
Think I better go and help him.
Yeah, go on, you can get your feet wet this time. You got a cup of tea?
Please, coffee, white one, sugar. The old elastic's doing its job.
Yeah.
Everyone get her,
Just saves
get
you,
power
saves
on.
you so many times at elastic, doesn't it?
Having
You've been Godfrey school
Oh.
of netting.
Yes.
Yes. Well done.
See, that's like bottom lip. They're different hook holds to mine though.
Yeah.
I think because of the weight of hook and
Mine's a
presentation.
lot lighter.
Yeah.
I've noticed my hook bait moves a lot, doesn't
Yeah.
it, when it's on the bottom?
Them little ones haven't played football.
Yeah, yeah.
How's the hook hold, boys?
It's like just on the edge of the bottom.
Imagine perfect and then imagine perfect.
Good.
It's weird because Steve's hook bait was solid as a rock and the fish really had to take it, whereas mine's probably a little bit lighter and you get more chances with my hook bait.
Do you reckon?
But whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, because it's moving the hook a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You
Smaller
know,
hook as
if
well.
you were fishing for big fish and it's moving that hook a lot on gravel, could do you, couldn't it? But I like it.
I just say I think both presentations are working.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
hook-
definitely.
At the end of the day, if it's hooked and it's in the net,
Yeah, the obvious thing for me is fish are just beelining for a pink hook bait and sucking it in.
Have we got to chuck a different colour hook bait?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you want to catch another one. I think we've got to play around, boys. I do.
What should we do? Go really opposite?
I think go white.
White or
We haven't tried a one.
White.
Yeah,
Go
see,
white.
I think white be good.
Try it.
Yeah, let's do
get one
white.
on net.
Get him unhooked and get a white on this.
Okay, mate. For me, I like to tie that bayonet on the end of my hair so it's stiff, and I use a smaller hook, the size 12 rather than a big 10, because I like the whole rig to move. I want my hook to be as light as it possibly can be. So any movement from any fish or any fish in the area, like a natural bait would be moved by the fish's fins or its power of its mouth, I want that hook bait to be totally in control. So any suck or any movement, that hook bait's on its way to the fish's mouth.
Be interesting to see now as the pellets start to break down though.
Is that it there?
Don't know, it's hard to tell. Looks like it.
Does, doesn't it?
Where how soon we can actually see the white. Because out of water, white's a really bright colour,
Yeah.
but in 12 foot, there it is. You can see it, to be
Yeah, you
fair.
can. Yeah, it's popping through.
But white, yellow, like as in washed out yellow, etc., all look quite similar. That could be fluoro yellow for all, if we didn't know it was white. Presentation's good again.
It's great. It's great. I thought there'd be a lot more off fall from the feeder on a method.
Be interesting
than
to
there is.
talk to him, obviously, later on. Oh, it's just fell off a cliff. Oh, there it is. It's just how he's packing it and what his thinking is behind how he's packing the feeder. Because I suspect he's putting it on rock hard, and obviously he's got his micros just right, so he knows he can put them on. I call it like putting them on like cement, but still breaking down.
Yeah.
Because he's losing not even 1% of his pellets on the way down.
Yeah, hardly anything.
No, Waft just sitting up. It looks like from here.
That's been in what, a minute, and it's all broke down
Yeah.
and quite nice, which actually is perfect
No,
presentation.
can't fault presentation. And again, it's almost like I imagined a flatter spread of pellets,
Yeah.
but he's building like a pellet mountain.
Yeah. Is that
then-
a little one? Just.
Oh, there's a little one just swimming over
Yeah,
there. See him?
yeah.
Hopefully he gets that white wafter. Well, another one. The little ones are definitely more active today.
Why do you reckon that is?
I think it's light. I mean, we've only seen them before in the evenings, and I think today's lower light, and I think they feel safer.
Do you think they normally sit in the reeds if it's
Yeah.
bright, getting
Yeah.
the cover?
Because the water's crystal clear and they're not very big. And I think when it's bright and sunny, they hide in the reeds and come out in the evenings and mornings. But today, low light, big wind, they just feel a little bit safer. There's one guarding that wafter, see him? Just ghosting across.
Yeah, yeah.
We need a bigger
Oh,
one.
he's nudging it.
Yeah.
See him?
I think, to be fair, when a bigger one comes in, it becomes a lot clearer. Oh, there he comes. Here he comes.
Here we
he
go.
comes.
Here we go.
Oh,
Back up. Oh, he looks big.
don't know if he's got the hook there or not.
Coloured it up too much.
Yeah.
Just him. Right on his feeder. Round's looking at his phone.
Yeah. try watching these right.
Look at the fish.
He's right on top of it. Surely he's got to pick that up. I've always believed that fish that are less confident get hooked more, and the reason for that is they bolt. So when they pick up the hook bait, they straight away panic, bolt off, drive the hook home into the bottom lip hopefully, and they're hooked. Whereas a confident fish sucks the hook bait in, carries on feeding, and then there's no sort of bolt effect. And then I think when that fish doesn't move and it senses something's wrong, it's got a much higher chance of ejecting the hook bait without getting hooked. Look, he's sitting chewing on top of the feeder. No, he's saying hello. He hasn't picked him up. But that's like the white. And is that the fact if he had a pink on now, would he be playing that?
Yeah, maybe he would.
I don't know what he's done to his feeder. Probably completely.
Wiped him out.
Yeah.
That must have had that hook bait in his mouth.
I think the hook bait's still there. See it? If he was watching the monitor, he'd have been quite excited then.
Oh, here's one.
It's been there for like
been
30
there.
seconds.
He's just eaten all your bait.
He's back in.
Back on your feeder now. And that's a different one. He's been in and wiped you clean out. He's coming back now.
Can't believe he hasn't picked Rune up.
No, I can't.
That's got to be the hook bait colour, because the waft just looks good. See it?
Yeah?
The little one's going to have one coming back in from the back now. I honestly believe if he had pink on, he'd be playing one now.
Really?
Yeah. I can't see why the reaction to pink's been so good, and that white one, it's just not. It's not seeing it. Or,
No.
You know, he's had 2 fish now visit the feeder, and the first 2 fish visited the feeder, and he hooked them both without him eating any pellets. Those 2 are filled up with pellets and
Left the hook
vanished.
bait.
Yeah. Doesn't even really look like the hook bait has moved much. Maybe a little bit, an inch or so.
Mate, his mouth was right
Yeah.
on top of it. Do you think them little ones are what's colouring it up a bit?
Yes.
Whizzing
Well, I just
around?
think general fish activity, but there's a lot more little ones around now. There's one on
Hey,
it.
up.
Has he picked him up?
Is it a bigger one?
Yes, he's picked him up. Yeah. I thought he had.
He snuck
Yes.
in, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he snuck in. But he did pick the white up eventually.
But there were no other pellets left.
Nothing left to
There
eat,
were
no.
nothing left,
No.
so he had to pick
It's
it up.
come off.
Yeah.
Has it?
So I think that was the 3rd fish that's had a go at it.
Yeah.
It's like it can't see it properly.
Can't see it, can it?
No.
I don't think that was a good hook hold. It hasn't broke me. I think it's just come off. Yeah, just come off.
I think it went through weed as well.
Yeah, look, you can always tell when
Yeah,
it's
that's
gone
what-
through week.
yeah.
Done that.
I've spent a lot of years perfecting what I think is like the ultimate presentation, as in making as many fish, if not every fish count. And what I like is light hook bait, so that my waft is presented in a little bayonet in a loop so it can pivot, and then a heavy hook, hence I prefer a size 10 QM1 hook. I think a big hook is harder for fish to deal with, so I get more hookups as a result. And also I think that's brought home by the fact most of my fish are hooked in what I call the perfect position, is in the middle of that bottom lip or the sides of the bottom lip. So it's about opinions. We all have them. I think my rig is the ultimate in wafter presentation, and I catch more fish as a result.
Well, that one's literally on and then off. It was like it weren't hooked properly. More than anything. It looks like the feeder's gone through weed, but
It was the 3rd fit. It looked, one came in while you were on your phone, and we thought that had the hook bait, but your tip never moved.
It
And
looked
obviously-
like it sucked your hook bait up.
But,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you weren't obviously watching the monitor. And then another one came in that definitely didn't get the hook bait, but cleaned all the pellets. And then that 3rd one, basically there was nothing else to eat other than the wafter, but obviously didn't get it right.
even with the clarity, I could see the pink. I couldn't see the pink, the white on that screen.
No.
We could
Where,
just see it on the screen.
I reckon he's just ate the pellets and picked it up.
Yes,
That's
that, I
probably
think
not
maybe
funny.
outside of the
I was
mouth.
pretty quick. The tip's gone and I picked up straight on it. So.
The only thing I would say that we could learn from that is, even though there was literally no pellets there, you've still had a fish pick the
Yeah,
bait
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
After a lost fish on the white wafter, we opted for a pink pop-up sat just above the feeder, held in place with a lovely little method feeder clip.
So the way I've been loading my feeder at the moment is I've been double layering and I've been putting the bait on really, really hard so it stays on. So I like to put a layer of bait on first, and then roll my hook bait in and put another layer on top so I know it's all going to be hidden in the ball. Doing it this way, it doesn't really matter because all you're looking for is the bait to break down and then the pop-up to sit above. But what I like to do is just half fill the feeder, drop the hook bait in a little bit and just squash it in. And then I'll put a lighter layer on top
just so like a bit of bait will come out as it goes in, so you get a few droplets following it down, and I just think it's a nice attractor. So I'll put it on hard enough so it can get out there and stay in one piece, and then hopefully what will happen is the outer layer will break down and the pop-up will show up. Only one way to find out if it works. Found it.
Not yet.
It's a bit of, imagine it by clay pit, if
I reckon,
anywhere.
I reckon it's in the clay
In the
pit.
clay pit.
Can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the clay pit. It's brilliant.
There he is. Even better on that screen.
Sounds really bad working for Guru and fishing for Guru, but I've never used a method feeder clip before.
I think it's actually a product we launched, like, because I know Paul Holland was a big fan of it, etc. And like, we all used it a bit, and then you sort of forget. But the concept is amazing. What it does do, it allows you to fish with like a 4-inch hook length, but you can have the benefit of like a 2-inch, and you can fish baits such as a pop-up, which is what Runes has put on now, but you're not popping it up 4 inches away. He's literally got it popped up on the clip in the middle of that ball of pellets that's now breaking down. We should see it in a second. So you can, but as soon as the fish is hooked, it'll be back to the 4-inch because it'll pull out the clip. So the concept's great. It'll be interesting to see if it works like we think. You know, I mean, the best bit of it is your hook bait can't go that far from the middle of the ball.
It must keep it bang central
Yeah.
all the time.
As them pellets start to break down, which they're doing now very slowly, that should just emerge, and it should stay literally like the cherry in the middle of the cake for the whole time.
Yeah. Want to see it pop through.
Yeah, there's a few pellets just starting to move on the top.
Lovely presentation again on that method, mate.
Trying the method clip was something I really wanted to do because I was never quite sure how it worked underwater. I get the theory as in keeps the hook bait close to obviously the feeder, close to the loose off ends, but also you're on quite a short hook length. So how would obviously the fish react to that? Would they bolt against it quicker? Would it be better? They were all questions that I sort of needed answers for in my head. Common would be
Look
better.
at them. 1, 2, 3, 4 little commons.
I tell you what, they might just lodge that wafter, like as in the pop up and get it. Oh, it's just on the. There it comes, there it comes, there it comes.
There's the pop up.
It's just setting it free, isn't he?
Yeah.
Still can't see it on this one quite yet. But see what I mean about how the method pellets stay like stacked? They're staying very high and then almost like a hill of micros.
Just a little pile, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I think because Adam's obviously loading the feeder quite hard, they are staying like very close to the feeder. That still hasn't really popped through.
It's not popped out yet, has
I
it,
think
like
it's
above
I
it?
think it's because though the pellets have stayed in a hill, so it could be partially buoyant.
They're probably 2-inch piled up.
Yeah.
So if he's popped it up 2-inch, we aren't going to see.
But once a few fish start investigating, you should see it.
See that wafter now, can't you?
Yes,
Or
he's up,
pop
he's
up.
up. He's up now. Look funny. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It looks actually better because it's staying right in the middle of the loose feed.
Yeah.
It will just be whether there's enough line or if the fish hits the ball hard enough.
Oh,
There's something big in the area, I think.
see them 2 little ones dart through then?
After a great run of activity in the morning, fish traffic became very sparse later on, meaning we had some decisions to make.
Boys and Matt, just got that feeling. I feel like we're flogging a dead horse, did they say?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Get her in,
I'll
we'll have
reel
a
in
break.
and yeah, we'll give it a rest.
I'll
Nice
put
one.
your kettle on, love.
Yeah, good idea.
Despite a rest, visibility in the swim became near impossible to work with unusual amounts of small fish coming in and churning up the water. However, great opportunity to rest the crew, a hard-earned pint, early bath and return mission in the morning.
Morning.
Morning, boys. Look at this. It's a lot clearer. Look at that.
We got a nicer sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Cleo's back.
I've seen one come in while I was waiting for you two.
Thank goodness for
Mirror.
that.
was a bit of a disaster yesterday afternoon, weren't it? I don't know whether we had an algae bloom or it was just the roughness of the conditions and so, or what.
A lot of small fish as well.
Yeah, there was, to be fair, yeah. What should we do? Straight back on it? Start where we finished off?
I think so.
Try that pop up again? I'm quite...
That
I
little
really
method
want that
clip.
to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see your hook one on the method clip. See what happens.
Yeah. It looked well, didn't it, last time? But we're going to see it even better today.
Weather's better for casting, so
Yeah. So 1 in 5, not 1 in 20 casts should be in the swim. I'm joking. I was really good yesterday, especially in those conditions.
I think it went cloudy or murkier yesterday because turbulence, wind and stuff like that.
I think wind, because we noticed the whole lake was more coloured, not just our spot. But also there was a lot of little carp in the swim, and I mean a lot of little carp. They're not there this morning, so let's hope they stay away.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? You know, like when you sat fishing or all kinds of venues, but having it on canals and rivers where you think a little bit of colour comes in and it changes what happens.
Yeah.
Like, gin clear, sun's out this morning and there's not a little carp to be seen.
No, it'd be really interesting to see if the little carp do come back, because the first couple of days they weren't. The water's really clear, the carp didn't come in. It's very bright, and I've got a feeling they won't like this bright weather. We've got much better weather today. Bright sunshine, not quite as windy. Casting should be easier. Visibility, I still think it's a little bit down on what we've had, but it's still good.
I think that's algae.
I think it's algae and those little fish that have churned it up a little bit. They're looking for bait. We've already just seen a couple of big ones go by as well. So it's looking a lot better.
Right, I'm ready to roll. Are you?
We're ready, we're looking for it.
Good. Give us a few chances. Oh, here's the wind. Nice one.
Excuses are coming out already.
But it hasn't even cast once yet.
Oh, that could be in the...
Could be in the down.
Yeah, that's it there. See it?
It's further away than you would have thought, isn't it?
Is it okay there?
We've got it, we can see it.
the
Yeah,
pop-up's
pop-up's out.
Yeah.
Better if you sat here, Matt.
Quite coloured, isn't it?
I can do.
Look alright, yeah?
See him?
Yeah. Got it on your one too.
Can't find it. We think it's because it's further that way, if you know what I mean.
It's on the black stuff.
Oh.
Little ones are in.
Little ones are in already.
Oh, something just ate it and let it
Little
go. That
one.
little one ate it and let it go. He literally had it in his mouth. Look, they're attacking it.
They're straight in, aren't
Yeah, they obviously weren't far away. So my theory about sunlight and them not coming out has gone out the window.
they? As if they found the spot innit?
Yeah.
After a day or two, they've found it.
Look,
Yeah, they're eating, aren't they? Little devils, we don't want them in all day.
it'd be nice if we only caught one though.
Yeah, it would be quite funny, because he'd ate it.
They literally got
They're
on it.
bumping it
Yeah,
about like a punch bag.
It's almost like they don't feel safe enough to feed for any amount of time on that one spot. Hence they don't stay more than 5 or 6 seconds a lot of the time.
Yeah, exactly. All fish on camera have been like that.
Yeah.
Big uns, little uns.
But you'd have imagined that the little ones, which are 2 to 6 ounce, most of them, they'd be like so hungry, they'd just be like, we're going to eat every single micro there and then we'll leave. But they've literally burst off the screen and gone, so maybe there is something bigger that they know's behind.
Big wasp.
Big wasp in the tent, can you deal with it? Now don't start hitting the...
Do they? You know what will be interesting, right? This is 2 casts on a pop-up.
I know what you're going to say.
And there's no carp come in on either, right?
Well, next chuck on.
Well, what I was thinking is, it'd be interesting when you pull this away. Sorry, drop my
Leave
pen.
it.
When you pull this away, how long it takes one to come in?
Yeah.
Because last time,
Oh, yeah, they come straight in. Didn't
20
they?
minutes that had been in, and then as soon as you pulled it away, within 5 minutes there were 2 there, and it just makes you wonder if they're just wary of something up, dangling.
Yeah.
You know, like these particular fish in this particular lake might not
Yeah, it's
like
not,
something
it's
popped up.
probably not natural for them, is it?
But it's still mind blowing. It's 2 inch. It's popped up 2 inch. Do you know what I mean? How can that make any sort of difference? You wouldn't think it would you?
With that presentation, I'd just take it if I was a fish because it's
I would.
such a good cast.
Looks awesome.
And you think they'd have to come closer to it to spook off it?
You'd
Yeah.
think-
But we've not actually seen a fish come close to
At the
it.
end of the day, the bait we're feeding, they were straight on it yesterday, so I can't understand why that would make a difference, or whether the fish are just not there, or because the clarity's harder. Maybe it might need some more flavour, some more scent. Maybe a goo might bring them into the swim a bit better. Today, you know, like when you tried goo, it was very clear, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was,
Still,
yeah.
maybe like a reddish goo, bit more colour. They obviously like pink, so maybe try
think-
a good hook bait, or put some goo on the pop up.
I think if this just doesn't go, as we're on a new day, I'd be tempted to go back to what you caught your first 2 fish on.
Get the ball rolling.
Yeah, just to see whether it's the swim's a little bit off or.
Yeah. Well, next cast we'll go back to normal on a pink, on a normal feeder, see if anything comes in,
For me, if
and then
you,
perhaps put a pop up back out when there's a few fish
Yes.
about.
For me, if you chuck a normal one back out and fish come to it,
It's really conclusive.
they don't like a
Yeah.
pop-up on this venue.
Yeah.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah. Or they're wary of
They're
it.
wary of a pop-up.
The thing is, it's not overly fished, is it?
No.
So it probably looks very strange to them if that's how they're.
You
mind
just,
is-
I always imagine though they'd have to come closer to it to,
Yeah,
know
yeah.
to know it's there.
Right, you have a
Here we go
right,
again.
you have a little
With your Arctic char.
clock. You have a little clock, right? And it's on the mantelpiece every day. If you walked in one morning and it was sat 2 inches off the mantelpiece, it'd fry your brain, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you
you'd be
notice it, yeah,
scared.
the normality.
2 inch, some 2 inch out of place.
Could it be because you just had another? Oh, there's one.
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
Has
no.
he got it? I think he's got it.
he sucked it in.
come
He's
in
still
and
eating.
just nailed
I reckon
it.
he's got it.
I think he's got it.
Think he's had it?
No, he's let it go.
He's spat
He's
it.
had it and let it go. He literally sat with it in his mouth.
He's still there. He's still there. Go on, mate.
He's still. He might
there.
get another go. He's gonna have another go.
Look at him looking at it. Look at him. He's looking at that.
Yeah, he's
Good
not
fish,
having
that, innit? That's old long common.
Think he's going to spin round and come back?
Yeah.
Definitely more wary, yeah.
No, not really. He was confident on the feeder.
He definitely had it, that.
He sat with it in his mouth.
Yeah.
Is he still
Here he
there?
comes. He's coming back. He's coming back.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna have another.
Go on, lad.
He's got it. He's got it.
No, he's blown it out
In-
again.
in and out
In and out
again.
again. When Rooney got done twice straight away on the start of day 4, I have to admit, like a little bit of satisfaction, because I don't believe that any rig could possibly hook every single fish. So seeing that obviously Rooney's rig that works differently to mine was also having a few little teething problems, so to speak, just sort of made me feel a little bit better. I really enjoyed working for Guru.
That's interesting.
But he wanted
isn't
it's the same like repeat behaviour as like, you know, if he goes for it once, even though he maybe thinks it's not right, he comes back and has another go at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I really want that. He's still there at the back, see him
Yeah,
then.
swimming around.
He's really coloured it up now though.
You can still pick out that pink
Yeah.
though, even in that coloured water, can't you? Little pink.
Wouldn't surprise me if he has a third go at it. He knows it's there now.
What hook you on, Rune? A 10?
I
Little
got
one.
10, very tight hair, but in my head now, I'm just thinking, because I've been mugged off, it's like that 2-inch hook length thing again. They need more time to suck
Yeah.
it further back.
Because it's only 2 inch popped up. Interesting, that were about 18 minutes. It'd be interesting to take note of bite time of it, Mark.
Yeah, make some notes
That had
today.
been in 18 minutes before one came in.
I'd probably be quite happy to leave it in like 25 though.
Yeah.
You know, first chuck on a fishing for carps. Is he gone now?
There's a few little ones on the spot now. But they're not feeding on the... Oh, big one just coming in, just coming in. Oh, he didn't go for it, did he?
No. Like he saw
Like
it.
he
though.
saw it and it spooked him a little bit.
Another one.
Oh, another one coming in. No.
Oh, he didn't like that,
didn't
did
like
he?
it, no. Didn't like it.
Another one.
Like they're not going down on it now. They're just cruising above it. I think he's coming back. Here he comes. See him?
Wary, aren't they? That?
Yeah, he might have another go at that though. Okay. He was very close to it then, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. They know it's there.
Yeah, they
now,
know it's
don't
there, but it's just like they can't quite work out what to do with it.
Me give you a clue, carp. Eat it. Just shows though, once they know there's something there, they definitely remember.
Yeah, and they
come
keep.
back.
Here it comes again. Right on cue.
Look at that. They're like turning away from it, Rune.
Yeah.
Like 4 of them now have come up within a few inches of it and then turned away. Really weird.
It's hard to see how many pellets are there now, isn't it?
Yeah, they've sort of spread
Yeah,
out here.
that's
Can
what it
you
looks
see
like.
It's interesting though, the carp aren't picking anything up.
Nothing at all.
It's like they're scared to go down because that's what
Yeah, but
they're
it's-
about.
The behaviour I've seen of the carp so far is like they want the hook bait first, which is never what I expected to see. I imagine they'd be eating all the. Oh, here we come. They'd eat all the pellets and maybe take the hook bait last.
Yeah. You can almost imagine though, on another day in another situation, they'd have it. Like they'd be really confident taking it. But in clear water, really spooky.
You know, after that fish has had a couple of goes at it, all the others have, whether it's the same fish or not, we can't tell, but all the others have just backed away without actually really committing. That first one proper committed.
You were like, I'll have
Yeah,
this one.
and he had it in his mouth, obviously. Whether it's because it's just a little bit too short to get the hook. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes.
He's eating now.
He's eating proper. He's got the hook bait, he's got the hook bait.
Got it.
He's got it, he's got it, he's got it.
Got it. Got him?
Yeah. Tiniest bite. Whoa.
He had an element of confidence about him every time he came in.
I think the difference was when he came in, well, the first and the last time he fed differently, is that he went properly down
Yeah.
onto the pellets as well.
23 minutes, Rune, that had been in.
Yeah. He's found that snag out there, look. You know the one we found on the boat?
Yeah.
My feeder is literally probably 3 meters away from the hook.
Yeah.
Literally pushed it right at the line. I'll have to go in, I think.
While it's clear today, Rune, I almost feel like we could do it getting back in quick, you know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean, while clarity's good.
Yeah, mate.
So I reckon get him out, show the people the fish, and then get your feeder back in because it's looking good out there.
Okay, mate. It's a nice fish.
Lovely fish.
Weird not being sat in your box playing one with a landing at handle. I really want to sit back down. It's a lot more comfy. Ah, that's better. Back to real life. Oh, look at that. Where do you think the hook is?
Bottom lip.
Place your bets.
Middle at bottom lip.
Place your bets.
Nice when you get your wafter back. You can reuse it if you're a tight northerner like me.
Well, it's on a proper hair, so it won't come off.
I sometimes take them off, put them back in the tub to dry out, and then put them on again later.
I was going to say you put them in the airing cupboard, but you don't have your eating on, do you, up there?
Clips work well as well, the lines come out.
Yeah. All worked lovely.
We didn't really pick up on this when we were in the tent at the time, but looking back, every time it got a bit murky or the light levels dropped and it's a bit dim, more fish come in and they're definitely more confident. And if you think about your own fishing, light changes are massive. Suddenly some cloud comes over on a bright day, you get a run of fish, and that's exactly what was happening down there as well. Even fish coming in, colouring it up, the next few that came, because it's more coloured, were more aggressive and confident.
Looked really good, that one. Oh,
there it is.
mate!
Look, it's
Takes me back to my days when I used to work for NASA, you know, controlling all screens and that.
what happened to that job? Here we go, Wafter's out. I think he's a bit short to find him on this one.
It's almost like he's got a trail leading him in from his old feeder. Can you see it behind it?
Yeah, he has, which I'd say if you're catching loads of fish, is brilliant. But you know, if I was fishing for one, that'd annoy the hell out of me.
Would it?
Because I'd be thinking, one fish in a tight area, only going to get one chance. What if he eats that pile and not that pile?
What could you do to combat that though, really, do you think?
Obviously, we're in a slightly different scenarios, and he's got a very small window to get the feeder in front of the camera, which that's like an amazing cast, but makes me think every cast has to count. So if you're only fishing for one fish, you can't afford 3 chucks to get it right.
The only other thing I know you do a lot is you creep further and further out.
Yeah.
And I'd always want my feeder to be the one furthest
Yes.
out, and almost assuming your line and disturbance
Yeah.
they'd always be in the furthest one.
But I'd be thinking, like, you know, like Boddington, say, where you're only fishing for 3 fish in 5 hours in the winter. I can't have many casts to get it right. A miscast is almost a disaster because it's another pile of bait.
Another option for them.
Yeah, exactly, and that could be one less fish I'm going to catch, and you're only going to catch 2 or 3. Losing one of your 3 is massive.
How's that one looking? Good.
Perfect, to be fair. Wafter, little bit of feeder, nice. Every time I've noticed with the method, you're not quite getting the spread I'd expect. I thought it'd really flatten out, but you're getting a nice big heap,
Yeah.
like a big mountain of pellets. It's actually quite a tight presentation when you look at it.
It's a bit bigger spread than a hybrid, and it sits a little bit flatter, I think.
Feeder definitely sits for that,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's obviously more bait
Yeah.
as well.
Yes.
There, like
Yeah.
more amount.
Yeah. You know,
than
when
a
they come
hybrid.
in as well and they like suck out the hybrid, there's literally nothing there then. When they've come in and seen this, it's just spread that bait about a bit more, hasn't it? So,
I'd actually say they haven't really gone for the pellets so much on this. They've just
Yeah.
hit the hook bait instantly
yeah.
from what I've seen.
maybe they're feeding a bit different, but yeah, it's interesting.
It's like the first thing they go for is always the hook bait. There's one. Get ready, Rune, I reckon.
The one there?
He just came in, his head came in from that
Yeah, I
side.
saw something.
Yeah,
We're just about to switch record off.
I don't know where it's gone now, but a head just come in that
Pile of
side.
bait. Is that their last cast behind, or one of the?
Yeah,
casts?
and there's another one just over there.
Yeah.
Good accuracy though.
How far away is that from each other? Probably a few inches.
Yeah, 6 inch
Yeah.
max.
Looks a lot further on screen, but it's
Yeah.
not.
It's hard to cast it there. You know, like when the wind blows in a different direction, or you get surface skim and that. You've got to be so accurate. Even when putting your rod down, it's got to be in. Literally, you cannot. I'm like lining my rod up now when I cast with a reed that's sticking up out of the water. That's how you've got to put your rod down. Hit your clip hard. Put your rod in the right place, and hopefully, you know, as it's falling through. Be interesting to see how they fall through different as well. You know, like a hybrid, because it's a little bit denser, more compact. If it falls through better than a method does with the weight forward, but obviously you're using quite a light
28
hybrid,
gram
weren't
weight,
you?
yeah.
Yeah,
What weight's that feeder?
36 that
Yeah.
is. 36 with a long stem.
And that's only a small method, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a small one.
How hard are you tightening up to that room?
I'm not.
Really
I'm
slack.
I'm waiting till we find it. I'm holding my rod out, and then basically when you're saying it's in the swim, or I can see it's in the swim, I'm unclipping and literally just coming back with the bail arm open,
Got ya.
and then just tightening the line. So it's just, there's a few weeds down there, so I'm just straightening it up, but I'm not tightening it at all. Not after what we saw yesterday, and I've done it myself as well. Just that slight movement on the tip, you move it, don't you?
Yeah.
Not that I think it would stop you from getting a bite, because when you're fishing a wafter, it's still in the right place, isn't it? It's going to correct itself. But I'd rather be around the ball rather than off the ball, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, for me, that's good presentation. You can see there.
Yeah,
Fish.
Here we go.
I'm going.
You seeing you? Oh, he's coming.
He's coming, he's coming,
Right.
he's coming. First one, he's actually feeding away from. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Got to get.
Far less wary.
Really,
without the
really,
pop-up.
really confident. He's going straight for the pop up. He's got it.
He's got it, he's got it, he's got it.
He's hooked. No, he's mugged him. Where's the pop? Where's the bait? He's done him. He's done you, Rune.
Has he?
Yeah, had it. Waved it about and spat it.
I've just had a tiny little drop back, that's it.
Yeah, he had it in his mouth and like.
Oh, is that the wafter still there?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
moved it quite a bit to the left.
Yeah.
He had it in his mouth for like.
Yeah, I see him pick it up. But I was watching my tip then.
I think he winked as he spat it out.
He'll be back.
Amazing how it's
See how-
still fishing though.
See how he's turned the feed around?
Yeah, he has.
He's literally turned the feed around.
Yeah.
It'd have been interesting then if we'd have told, you know, if we'd have gone strike, if you'd have,
I could see it.
yeah, but you want to see what happens.
Because you wouldn't know in real
No.
fishing time.
Would you have picked up at any point there?
No.
No.
It literally tips than this.
Oh, that's a little one.
Wow.
Just headbutted it. When the little fish came into the swim, they played with the hook bait almost like a football, knocking it about, but they couldn't get it in their mouths. And they're almost kicking stuff all over the place. And I do think, personally, with the light hook bait, light hook combo that obviously Rune tends to use, it's not as effective if the hook bait's getting moved about, because obviously your hook point could end up stuck on a bit of rock, etc. Whereas with mine, heavy hook, light hook bait, it just kept resetting itself, or that's how I sort of viewed it on camera. My hook bait, if it did get ejected, just reset and waited for the next fish.
It did get a bit heated, not in a bad way at all, because Ringer and Rune both do things a little bit different. Rooney wanted to use a smaller hook, fixed bait. Ringer liked his moving a bit more, and you could tell they were, well, you've been done well, you've been done well. I think mine's better, and like I said, good way, but definitely a bit heated at times.
It's almost like, you know, if they're really confident, they're harder because they don't move.
Yeah, they're hovering on the
Yeah,
feeder.
that's what that one did, and it's like the bait was gone for so long.
It's almost like the sucking and
Yeah,
blowing
yeah.
loosens the hook and they manage to get
See,
it out.
he ate a really big amount of those pellets. Look how many's left now.
You'd still be happy with
Yeah,
how
no, you'd be
close,
happy.
close your hook bait is
But I
to the
reckon
pile.
he ate 2/3 of the pile, which is the first time we've actually seen one really eat loads and loads of pellets. The wafter has reset itself though. If you know, what I mean, you wouldn't say it's in a bad spot again now.
You'd be happy with that
Yeah.
presentation, wouldn't you?
Just weird that fish actually lifted the feeder as well.
Oh mate, he was on.
Obviously, Adam wouldn't be any wiser if he hadn't seen it, and you'd still be thinking, well, when I was looking at that, I'd be thinking, I'm still fishing.
Yeah.
One thing this underwater filming really did clarify for me was the importance of rest in a swim. Like in match fishing, you know, you have several lines and it's really very obvious and important. We had the cameras set up on one swim because basically that's all we could do. To make a good film, we needed those cameras on the spot. But it was quite clear we kept exhausting that swim by casting in, overfishing it, catching fish. The poor swim just needed a rest. But that was a really nice thing to see and basically justified why in match fishing or even pleasure fishing, you need multiple lines to fish.
See the movement of water now as well, but the pellets aren't moving.
I don't think that bottom
No, it doesn't seem
few
to.
centimetres moves.
Doesn't seem to at all. Them pellets haven't like rolled or moved or anything.
Look at them.
Picking up, not even really picking up.
They pick the
One.
ones up round the edge.
Yeah,
don't they?
don't like the
Round
pile,
round.
do they? They always go for the pink. That one won't fit again, and again.
Again?
Yeah. Oh, big un come in, big un come in, big un come in. Here we go. He's going to get picked again.
Get ready, get ready. Wafter, wafter.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
got
no,
wafter.
he's something spooked him off it. He went for it. You see that, Rune?
Yeah, I just saw it,
He went for it and then like something scared him.
like that little one got in his way.
It's
He'll be
almost like
back.
a little. It moved and he was like, oh. Little one's attacking it now. I reckon he'll come back though, that fish. Now he knows it's there.
And there
Here he comes.
is.
Yeah, he's on right on cue. Oh, he's backed away again, isn't he? It's like something's spooking him a little bit now. You know when he ejected the hook bait before, when he actually had it, he didn't really panic.
I don't think he got hooked.
No.
I don't think the
No,
hook
but he didn't.
pricked him.
Something was obviously wrong for him to spit it back out, but he didn't panic and bolt where you think he'll never come back. You almost think, well, he'll have another crack.
Yeah, you're right. Totally agree.
That surprised me that they don't seem to. We haven't really seen fish like. We've seen fish back away. Has he got that? No, he dropped it, the little one. We haven't seen fish panic when they get away with it.
No.
Stop messing around. There he is. There's the mouth.
Oh, go on, go on. He's going for
He's going for it. He's going for it.
He's got it. He's got it. He's a big one. He's gone for the bait. I think he's gone for the bait.
Yeah, I think he
He's
has.
gone for the bait. Sam, can we have a brew, please?
Some people do like to use a softer action rod with inline.
Give me a slide, brother. He's coming back.
He's back. He's back. He's
done
spat it
him,
out
he's
again.
done him.
He's done you again.
Here we go.
Yeah. Lovely fish.
Ah, well done, boys. Beautiful fish, that one, isn't it? Look at that.
Amazing scale pattern.
Yes. Bit of air in the bag. Give them a shake. Well, that might stir things up a bit.
Literally, that was what, partially hooked. I think he's going to come back in a sec. Expect to see him here.
Oh. Critical.